What's up, everybody? It's LG Doucette here. Today is Wednesday, May 26th, 2021. Welcome to the First Mint, a podcast where I cover marketplace trends, big sales, and everything going on in NBA Top Shot. And today, there isn't a whole lot going on. I think by the time you're listening to this, the marketplace might be under maintenance for a little bit in the morning, but by the time it opens back up, I would at least expect a lot more going on. Today on the show, we're going to talk about the end of Cool Cats. That's right. We've been talking about this thing for, honestly, most of the life of the podcast, and it's finally ending. The Master Challenge was posted yesterday, so now we are just 6 days away from the end of this very long common set from Series 2. I want to remind everybody here that nothing on the show constitutes trading advice, and that this show is not affiliated with NBA Top Shot, the NBA, or Dapper Labs. I'm just a guy at his house who loves basketball and blockchain. This is the First Mint. We're going to kick it off today just by going around what has been happening at the First Mint, especially because I was off on Monday, taking a little holiday action, and I was still tweeting from the First Mint. Anyways, all the way back to last week, last Thursday, we hosted the Hustle and Show drop stream, which honestly feels like a million years ago at this point. It was a real good time. You can catch the replay on our YouTube at the First Mint, also on the NBA Top Shot Twitch stream. We don't host those very often. In fact, that was only our second one ever, but it was a hell of a time. We talked cold brew with Andrew, the cold brew king. We had Nav from In the Lab join us for rapid fire. We had Jacob from Top Shot reveal a couple secrets. And then we had Preston Johnson, former ESPN analyst, who now makes cool NFT projects, and then wrapped up by George Reister, former NFL. A very good time. Quick reminder that the First Mint comes out Mondays and Wednesdays in audio podcast form, and that Thursday nights we have a live show, which means we have another one tomorrow. It's at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. We got special guest Lil Newbie, who's been teaching the masses about Top Shot on Twitter and with her blog for a couple months now, as well as Tommy Wilson, who is in the Mets Major League system for baseball. He's an excellent baseball player, but an even better NFT artist, and he's going to be on the show to talk to us about his foray into NFTs and how they mix with sports. Also, hopefully by the time we do the show, we have some new packs and we can crack them live on the air. Now we're going to talk about what's coming up at Top Shot probably in the next couple days. So right now, I think we're probably still in maintenance by the time you're listening to this, but we are expecting a holo icon drop sometime, hopefully this week. And this will be the third and final holo icon drop of this series, or so we've been told. Quick reminder that holo icon packs last time cost $1,000 to buy. That's right. They're usually about $1,000, which is a lot, especially in today's market. Also, they usually come with one legendary holo icon, but as well as 3 different metallic gold moments and like 5 or 6 commons. So that should be coming soon. Also, the third Throwdowns challenge is finally out. It's Hamidou Diallo. It came out, I think, on Monday, and there's going to be 2 more of those, which will bring the total of Throwdown Series 2 to 50, and then there's 1 more Throwdowns, and we still don't know how it's going to be distributed. We know that it's not going to be a Master Challenge, so very hard to say how that one's going to come out. Last few days have been very interesting if you are a Cool Cats collector. So dating back to last week, we had the Ben Simmons quest wrap up, which had a few issues in terms of who was actually using the right hashtag and stuff, but I think most people have received theirs by now, and also everybody who completed it was actually given $20 back from Dapper for the mess up. Also on Friday, the Steph Curry Cool Cats finally hit people's accounts in pack form, which is always fun to receive one in pack form. Those being rewarded to people who had held 2 Cool Cats at that time, as well, who had done one challenge at some point. Those were Cool Cats 28 and 29, and now we have come to Cool Cats number 30. That's right. Yesterday, just around 5 o'clock my time Pacific, the LaMelo Ball Master Challenge was announced. And man, we have waited a long time for this one. I'll be honest with you. I'm not completing it, or at least right now, I'm not attempting to complete it. I did do Cool Cats 1, which was for Luka Doncic, which, if you can believe it, the mint counts on those were only 5,000 each for the moments needed, and that being was probably one of the most contentious challenges that we've had so far on Top Shot because we were watching it so closely. And the rollout of Cool Cats 1 had its own kind of little mix of issues. Let's recap really quick how far we've come with this Cool Cats challenge. It was first announced, I believe, on January 29th. Let's just call that an even 4 months ago. Maybe just a little less, but that's at least 100 days ago. During that time, we had 4 different actual challenges from pack drops. We had 4 different Cool Cats drops that happened, each of them having a different mint count from the last one. The first one was 5,000, the second one was 10,000, 15,000, and then 20,000. For each of those, starting from, I think, drop number 2, there were wild, rampant theories as to who the Cool Cats would be, whether they were from cold countries, like for number 3, whether they were players who went to cat-themed colleges in number 2, and then number 4, I can't remember what number 4 was, but I think it had some kind of theme. Undrafted players, something like that. Anyways, each of those also needed challenges number 2, 3, and 4. Each of those needed common moments to go along with them, which created absolute chaos on the marketplace when those were announced. And honestly, they were a fun ride, each of them, for when that happened. And the theories were largely about who those common players were going to be. It was a bit messy. It was pure chaos. We had some fun. And then after that, Cool Cats Challenge 5 and 6, I believe, were for Fred VanVleet and Russell Westbrook, also with their own themes, also purely done with just common moments needed for the challenge. And then finally, within that mix, we also had the Karl Anthony Towns drop, which came right after Cool Cats 2, so right after the Anthony Davis challenge. Karl Anthony Towns, in case you didn't know, was a Cool Cats moment that was actually airdropped to people who were previous CryptoKitty owners. And if you don't know what CryptoKitties is, it is one of Dapper Labs' first ever projects from 3 or 4 years ago. Also one that had a lot of traffic. It had so much traffic that actually crashed Ethereum for a couple days, and that's why Dapper has created Flow. Anyways, anybody who had held a CryptoKitty up until January 20th was actually eligible to receive a Karl Anthony Towns Cool Cat, and they did. They got 3 each. So that happened somewhere in that mix. And then, of course, the last couple weeks, we had the Ben Simmons and Steph Curry Cool Cats being released. This LaMelo Ball moment, well, there's a lot of interesting things we could say about it. A lot of people are saying, that it's not necessarily his best moment from the season. It's a nice little putback slam where he gives Domantas Sabonis a stare down after. Whether that's worthy of being this big master challenge, I think all of us can say that we are kind of just happy that this has finally wrapped up. If anything, I would say that the Cool Cats Master Challenge kind of embodies this whole current era of Top Shot, where it, started off with a ton of hype. It was kind of messy, but we're all having so much fun. It got really crazy at one point. At one point, I think it was Cool Cats 2, where one of the common moments needed was Will Barton, which the day it was announced it was needed, Will Barton went from like $12 on the marketplace all the way up to $300. A good embodiment of the month of February on Top Shot, followed afterwards by very contentious pack drops in terms of Cool Cats 3 and 4, very heavy pack drops. A lot of people wanted to get in on pack drops through the month of March, and then through April and May, just, I guess, kind of different challenges and a bit of a kind of decrease in the interest of Cool Cats. I would say this Master Challenge, a good embodiment of what we've all been through in the last 4 months, which, given how marketplace prices and account valuations have gone in the last little bit, I think we are happy to hopefully leave that behind. There's been a lot of talk recently about challenges in Top Shot, and I had a few thoughts I wanted to share with you guys in terms of maybe how they could be fixed. And I know they're definitely not the only thing that needs fixing on Top Shot, or that you could have an opinion that needs fixing. But I've been thinking about these challenges quite a little bit, and talking to a lot of new collectors that are hitting us up in DMs and we're having chats with. I had some thoughts on how challenges can maybe get a little bit more exciting. And I'll preface this by saying that I actually really enjoy doing challenges, but very rarely do I do the pricier ones. Obviously, often the pricier ones, the challenge reward goes for way less than the cost of the moments, which isn't great. It used to be the opposite, and that's not why I avoid them. I actually avoid them because I don't find that there are moments that are necessarily worth spending $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 on, or 30,000 on if you're in the hollow icon category. Anyways, my idea is to make challenges and to maybe make them a little bit more appealing and also to kind of ramp them up a little bit are basically that I think we need way more challenges with way more varieties of what the challenges are. First of all, I think we need some really easy challenges, like ones that cost less than $100. And I know often some of these challenges start and they do cost less than $100, and then a lot of people want to do them, and the price goes up, and some people start hoarding them. So maybe it's up to Top Shot to actually kind of regulate that. Maybe find some ways for that to not happen. Limit each account to owning 5 of the same moment when it's in a challenge. I know that's not great, and that's definitely not in the NFT crypto spirit, but hey, maybe that would help. There's a lot of things on Top Shot that are not the most pure NFT thing, so maybe, doing a little bit of limitation for accounts, maybe that could help. I also think that we need a few challenges per week and for them to be a little bit rampant and kind of random. A huge part of the fun that is for me for challenges is that I have a chance at a good cereal, and it's a bit of a little fun lottery system. I also get a great sense of community from doing challenges because we're all in it together. We all show each other cereals. We all say, hey, I was able to get these 5 moments for this low price, or I had to pay this much. I didn't want to, but I did anyways because I want to do this challenge. I think challenges are fun. They bring community together, and they're a fun little lottery thing. I think we need several per week. And I also saw on Twitter or maybe Reddit the other day, someone suggest that there should be flash challenges, as in a challenge gets put up, and you have 3 hours to complete it, almost no time at all, which would then also reward the people that pay attention to Top Shot every day, and also give every day just a little bit more variety. Another way that maybe challenges could improve is I think there should be fewer ones that are incredibly expensive. And of course, that part where it's expensive, well, that's very much up to the marketplace, let's say. I know Top Shot would probably say that's not their responsibility to keep them inexpensive. But when they're putting out a rare pack or a rare set, they definitely know, they have an economist on staff. If, something like throwdowns, if those packs cost $150 each, it's very likely that those challenges will cost a lot more. And then even thinking metallic gold, each of those challenges going for at least $1,500. Those are fine. They're pricey. They're fine. But I think they should be occasional, like once or twice a month, so that A, not only are they more exciting, but B, basically, most collectors are just exposed to just more common challenges or, easily accessible challenges than only ever seeing really expensive ones. One last thing I would do right now to improve challenges, and I'm sure you guys have a lot of great thoughts, so please share them with us in our DMs. I would open up a trade feature for people who own moments that are needed for challenges. As in, if you own a moment that is needed for a certain challenge, you would have the ability to put it up for a trade offer. There's a lot of people, they get moments from packs. They don't necessarily want to do a challenge, but they don't necessarily want to just sell that moment for money. Maybe they want to trade it for something else that they want. Or, if you go way back months and months ago, and I know a lot of you weren't here back then, we were able to buy multiple packs of the same set, and often we would get duplicates. And it was actually fun to trade duplicates with other people to try and complete a set. I don't know how that could get integrated because obviously we're on a point where we can buy multiple packs of the same set, but I would love to see something similar to that, or at least some kind of extra trade feature, offer feature for moments that are needed for challenges. Especially thinking things like holo challenges, like ones where people are getting very lucky to get a holo pack, and they might not necessarily just want to take the money. Maybe they want to take some kind of trade off or trade for a couple of bronze or something like that. Anyways, I don't know what the future of challenges looks like, and I obviously don't really know what the future of Top Shot looks like at this point. But I will say the LaMelo challenge is done. It represents a lot of things, but it definitely represents the road that we have gone on so far. And for better or for worse, I'm excited to see what comes next. That is going to do it for us today, folks. That is a very short episode, mainly because there's not that much going on, but expecting some fireworks tomorrow on the live show, as well as, just generally some great playoff games going on. Hopefully we start to see some of those moments from those playoff games in sets very soon and get some more pack drops even sooner. We will see you tomorrow night on the live show of the First Mint.